These two teams will now play for first.
That is a match you do not want to miss.
There's one strike, flash forward for the root.
Of course, he got set up there. Boom! In the back. As Freak would say, assassinated.
It's fine for us. Jhin said. Braum next. Zach has him.
Okay, nice. We got three.
Their composition isn't really built for split, but look at that headshot to Cody. Has his flash as well. The CC is just going to keep running, and Dardoch able to get that.
I'm gonna burst it. Finish this. Orange. I'm gonna block. Nice.
That was lit.
Yeah, they're pushing.
Caitlyn. They're going to look for that another Nexus Tower. PapaChau, he's going to go down. Dardoch will fall. That's an ace for 100 Thieves. And I want to put it in Game of the Week, but there's no way you miss this.
Hello and welcome to Week 9, Day 3 of the North American LCS. That's right, we got 5 more games coming your way.
And a re-tease.
3 wasn't enough. And we got they cut that all together from the first game of the day
Well,
today.
I hope so. It's a day later.
That's true, exactly. Day 3, as we said. So just in case you didn't get enough regular season, we got a ton more coming your way. Echo Fox versus 100 Thieves to kick it off. I had a flight to San Francisco at 11 p.m. tonight. I got not making that anymore.
No plans.
You have no plans? You have no plans? Great. No one here has plans. So we're going to dive right into
The arena was apparently chanting 5 more games.
There it is. The arena is hype as hell right now for these 5 more games we got. Echo Fox has side selection due to having a higher victory score, and they elected to choose the red side. Just to explain what that means real quickly, both teams have the same win record, obviously. That's why they're tied. But basically, we looked at the cumulative strength of the opponents of which they beat, right? So of the 12 games that they won, what was the strength of those opponents? Echo Fox did beat better opponents in accumulation. They get side selection. It will be red, running it back from game 1.
Same
I
side
want to
selection.
kick us off with win conditions. Let's dive right back into it.
All right.
Or Echo Fox up first. Actually.
Echo Fox. We saw that game earlier. Huni tried to hard carry, did like 44,000 damage on Gnar. They weren't ganking for him. He could have won harder in that game. So my win condition, like, they have Damonte in the mid lane, they have PapaChau in the bottom lane. It's their first week starting on the LCS. The synergy doesn't seem there when I watch Dardoch gank those lanes. The synergy exists with Huni. Win that lane even harder. That means you can also take the other jungler out of the game, and I think that's what Echo Fox needs to do.
And to your point, although Damonte maybe not in an S+ tier performance so far, has been holding his own in the mid lane. So leaving him on an island is not a poor theory.
PapaChau and Damonte have been good.
Yes.
Like PapaChau is an initiator when they have low tank compositions, and Damonte as far as getting damage out. But early game, Echo Fox is way slower than they've been for most of the year with these two guys in there.
Mark Z, 100 Thieves already done it once today. How do they do it a second time?
For me, it's got to be get a better late game, basically. And that can mean a lot of different things. You can just build a better late game comp in terms of DPS and frontline. You can potentially find a 1-3-1 to go against the 4-1 that they had last time so that they can split the map better and then play better as a team, because it seems like their communication is good. And it seems like Echo Fox struggles a little bit since they're trying to incorporate rookies. And that's why I like the idea of just secure the late game, go even-ish early game, and you'll probably take it.
Well, Mark, you'll be happy to know that because we have 5 games left to play today, you still have a chance in our prediction game, because Jat was winning at the conclusion of the regular scheduled matches by 2. So you've got your work cut out for you with 5 left to go. Time to lock your predictions in for this tiebreaker.
Well, so I went with 100 Thieves this time around. So there's 5 games to play. I'm going to save my tiebreakers and upsets for where I think I'm actually going to find them. And I'm probably going to end up with a terrible score compared to Jap by the end of the day.
Why does 100 Thieves win?
I think 100 Thieves win because they are on a 9-1 or 8-1. Potentially 9-1.
Yep.
Echo Fox is struggling. They just beat them earlier today. It feels a little foolish to go against
them. Got the mental edge.
Yeah.
Got the mental edge.
Yeah, I think they can do it again as well with 100 Thieves. I think Meteos' game was amazing. I understand why Echo Fox did red side so they can get Huni to counterpick, but I feel like they're, by doing so, giving a lot of comfort picks over to 100 Thieves. Specifically, it's really hard to ban out Meteos' Zac. Ryu's probably going to be able to get Ryze, and that's a winning formula for 100 Thieves.
And our favorite minion, Meteos, has been so kind as to stay up
he's
tonight.
Still in this,
stay up tonight to help out.
And he's just copying me again.
And he's going to go ahead and copy
Same
you guys
predictions
on
the
that
whole
one.
time.
But hey, I mean, can you fault him
wins.
for just wanting to be right?
I guess.
Right? I mean, that's the goal of the predictions, is just to get them right. So there you have it, 100 Thieves across the board. Oh, looks like he's got some smack talk.
Well, he could also still lose to Mark, because he's only 1 game up on Mark for the day. But as far as inanimate objects and guests, I am still undefeated.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Man, you're too good as an analyst. We gotta. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us here. Let's get into tiebreaker number 1, guys. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Dash and Co. This is going to be fun. I'm just blessed that I get to do this all over again. The battle for first Irene. It is here. It will be a late night, but we'll start things off with a bang.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe Meteos is still up over there. It's going into those.
How can he sleep? It's so hype!
That's the thing. Jat has to hope this goes really long. Meteos falls asleep. Can't predict the rest of the game.
Well, that is one strategy, but we'll see what strategy these two teams have in store. Swain, Gangplank, Olaf, Zaya, banned by 100 Thieves, and Echo Fox.
So far, exactly the same. Cassiopeia was the other ban from 100 Thieves.
Hey!
And then Talia was the ban from Echo Fox.
I mean, again, one of those funny things where you've done your preparations, you feel confident at least in your first 6, so...
Might just be the run back.
I mean, maybe. Ooh, Azir actually might be a difference.
The first thing that they had locked in last time was the
Ryze.
Ryze. So this would be the answer of Caitlyn and Sejuani.
All right, so that is a change. Oh, no, it's not actually. I mean, the order might be different.
The order is different.
The champion is the same. Damonte did play Azir in their first game.
And
2 games ago.
Exactly. And it was the Azir that was picked 3rd. And 100 Thieves here picked Braum and Zac if they wanted to go with exactly the same thing again. But that kind of signals they might want to swap it up and not pick Sejuani that early. And Echo Fox may pick something like a support here, because last time Alistar and Tahm Kench were banned, and that forced PapaChau on the Morgana, which he didn't look as comfortable on in the late game fights.
No, certainly was also an easier thing for 100 Thieves to pick on in the bot lane with the Jhin and the Braum. So I think we're going to finally start seeing some adaptation. Always tricky when you play a team again so close after you just had a matchup, and Meteos actually deciding, you know what, I will take this Skarner here.
Yeah, the Skarner had gone unpicked or banned the last time they played each other earlier today.
I wonder if Fox feel pressure to pick a jungler here. Because you're going to probably get pinched if you don't, but again, like, what do? Do you pick support? You kind of give it to PapaChau? I think you have to, right? You need to give him some priority.
Yeah, because last time it was the Alistar and the Tahm Kench bans in the second phase for 100 Thieves. Now it would be, you have to ban the Zac away and the Sejuani, and even then I feel like there's still things that Dardoch has down his champion pool.
I mean, it makes sense. Looks like Echo Fox will do pretty much the same thing with these kind of late game carry bans, but I do like giving priority to, you know, the rookie on this team, the greenest member of Echo Fox in the bot lane in PapaChau. Dardoch should, you know, has a lot more experience, should have many more picks prepared.
You know what's interesting is Kha'Zix was very popular as a ban for a long time, and we have not been seeing him today at all, and it does feel like a very Dardoch champion. So if Zac and Sejuani are banned out here, I feel like he would go next towards the Kha'Zix, which you have a tank already on the team with the Alistar. Don't think it fits the previous composition who had a Morgana, but now they have tankiness from the bottom lane.
First ban again from Fox. I believe that is the same 5 bans from Fox now.
Same.
Thieves, they're changing it up. We'll see if they do take the Sejuani. I think you kind of priced yourself into doing so if you're going to ban the Zac, but we'll see. Maybe they have a different plan in mind. 10 seconds. We'll discover what they do. It's actually a Camille ban away from Huni. Interesting.
So they leave the Sejuani up for Dardoch if he wants to go play that type of game again with the Engage. It would be the same pick that he had last time.
Slightly different spot for it, like we mentioned. Support got the nod here for Echo Fox in phase 1. They must, I mean, we know with like 99% certainty that Huni's getting a counter pick. So it is Nocturne locked in for Dardoch.
Nocturne, he ended up winning his Nocturne game yesterday versus FlyQuest, but oh man, was it rough. So far, Nocturne has not looked that great at all, and especially against Skarner. It feels really bad. He's just going to pop your spell shield with a Q. He's going to drag you into the team that you're already in, and then they're just going to beat you down. Braum's going to stun you. You're just going to basically be a big wallop on him.
But what did we hear from Jat on the analyst desk? Gank for Huni. Much more self-sufficient bottom lane. We've already seen Damonte in this matchup hold his own. So Dardoch's going to be thinking, when I hit 6, Huni, open up some space. I'm coming through.
And I think that this is actually a little bit better than it would be against some compositions, because the last time that Nocturne was picked was, I believe it was up against TSM, and then it was the Ezreal that was locked in for Sven. And so playing against that, where the Ezreal is going to build armor, is not the same here, because you can build lethality and just ulti Jhin every single time. There's no Tahm Kench to save Cody Sun. You don't have a lot of defensive tools. And if they put Shen with this too, it ends up being this double whammy where you want that dive buddy. Perfect there from Echo Fox. Different look for Huni, but it is a good combination.
Still should be a good matchup for him as well. It's important to note Shen tends to do pretty well into tank matchups, so we'll see how they go. It's not like a big carry or a notable split pusher like Kimio that was banned, even something like Yasuo that Huni has played in the past. So I do like this from Echo Fox. It's kind of, all right, help me, and then once Huni's big, I'll help the rest of them out.
Exactly. Huni gets to affect the bottom side. This actually dissuades you from making a lot of plays there, but it also means if you start split pushing later, Nocturne shadows lanes, Shen shows up, so even if the Ryze, if Ryu is split pushing, 3 people will be on top of him in an instant. And Echo Fox, remember last time that they played 100 Thieves earlier, they were struggling to find engages. Nocturne Shen, you're engaging. Somebody's gonna die.
Whether you like it or not, you are going in with those 2 champions. Also, PapaChau, I think you noted this already, but on an initiator should be pretty big world of difference for him.
I believe that PapaChau has actually not won a game on any mage support, including in the Challenger Series. So this definitely suits his style a little bit more, playing these defensive supports or these ones that have engaged potential.
On the 100 Thieves side, though, I mean, basically the same comp. I mean, Cho gets subbed out for Ornn. Isn't too much of a change there for the Thieves, so they've obviously felt pretty comfortable. They won that last game. Yes, there's a difference for Meteos in Zach, but he should still have a lot of threat when it comes to engaging. Maybe he needs to be active a bit earlier, but both these teams would like this game to be shorter.
And both these teams would like to win this game in particular. This is for first place at the end of the round robin here in Spring Split.
Yep, there's first place, a buy, and a big bag of marbles up for grabs as these 2 teams will face off again.
Oh, I want those marbles.
Well, too bad. Only these 2 teams get to play for it, Irene, as we're out on the Summoner's Rift for 100 Thieves vs. Echo Fox, round 2. Round 3? I don't know. Round 2 today. We'll leave it.
There you go.
Alrighty, everyone's spreading out across Summoner's Rift, zooming out towards those jungle entrances. Nothing too crazy just yet.
And there's been huge debates all throughout the NALCS. It started off, Echo Fox, definitely #1. They went 8-1 in the first half of the split. 100 Thieves, second half of the split, they're 8-1. And now they find each other with kind of mirrored first and second halves, where it's just the inverse, where 100 Thieves got better, Echo Fox peaked, and then they started to have a bad record afterwards. And now we're going, which of these 2 teams is actually the #1 team in North America here?
Ryu gets some early damage onto Dardoch, but just for a ward, Dardoch only going to get 2 hits. So it will be spotted. Looks like he'll go over to his blue side as a result of that. We'll see where Meteos does choose to start things off. Looks like he's also going to his right-hand side of the jungle.
Yep, gets a leash, I would assume here.
I think they did this last game where he's here a little earlier. Afro and Cody started it pretty soon before he got there. Jhin provides a very good leash. AD.
We watch Huni. Huni's invading just to make sure. So he actually delays, sits in the brush for a bit. And then he'll go check it out. He's actually like double checking. Like, okay, 100% not starting on the top side. And now he'll go farm.
That check from Huni again. Echo Fox just being cautious. Dardoch really just wants free time to farm. Insta-smites this Gromp. I'm no jungler's Irene, but I'm going to guess this is full clear time for Dardoch.
Yes, this is full clear. Get yourself level 6, so he will go blue, Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, red, Krugs. I don't think you pick up any Scuttle Crabs there in this route.
I think Krugs is a question mark, because I was going to ask you, do you need to take Krugs for it to be a full clear? Is it a bonus clear when you take the Krugs?
Yeah, Krugs for me is just a question mark camp in general. It's a little bit removed, but that's why it's like you have to do all these out-of-the-way camps. That's why you do it last as well, because it's going to put you in this little area where you're like, I'm just kind of by myself here. I could go top, but not that great at ganking. So now you'll see he goes towards his Raptors, and we'll see if Meteos is going to disrupt or just do the Scuttle Crab.
I could go top to probably the best top player in the league, but I'm too sad. I'll do Krugs instead. As Ryu and Damonte facing up against each other. As you noted, though, invade from Meteos will get the good info.
Hey, predicting that it is a full clear from Dardoch.
Surprise install for Dardoch. Surprise!
Ooh.
Dodge shield up. Actually dodges the stun, I believe, there. Now they're just going to fight. Nocturne gets a lot of stats in the early levels, but Dardoch's still going to get chased here. Ryu also first to whack with a blast gun is going to move Dardoch to safety. Meteos still going, no.
Huni is closer, though. This is going to be really close.
Ssumday here. Spire taken, I believe, by Ryu. Trying to get that extra there for Meteos. Flash forward in. Looking for Dardoch. They will get it. Ryu able to get first blood heal burnt by Ryu, but it's not enough to save Meteos still. The fight continues. Huni is going to maybe go down here as well. He does fall. Ryu gets a double kill with Damonte, and kind with his own double kill. Now Ssumday still chasing in, but I don't think he can do too much, and he knows as well.
This favors Damonte, though. He gets the double kill, but he also gets the double buffs here, and he's the one who ends up with them. There's none on Ssumday there, so the last kill going over, there is just a fiesta on that top side.
And look at Afro, he's like, all right, I'm coming, something's happening, but not there in time to affect it all the way from bottom lane. Cody, I think we'll be okay, just 1v2 right now, but break this one down for me, Zyrene.
Woo. I love that Dardoch, he was fast on the fingers there, spell shields the stun. It gives him a fighting chance here, so he actually gets Meteos pretty low, runs away, but then the priority in mid is for 100 Thieves, priority top is for Echo Fox, and so Ryu gets here first. He tries to go ahead and get that little spire there for Meteos if he was going to actually be there a little sooner. And so if Ryu actually doesn't grab that, I think maybe he doesn't have to burn Flash to get over the wall. It takes you a few extra seconds, but he was banking on Meteos maybe making it out. And that makes the difference there, because if he has Flash for later in the fight, he might be able to escape.
And check out the items in mid lane. Tier and 2 Catalyst components versus a Stinger for Damonte, who still has those double buffs.
Yeah, has the double buffs that'll help him out a whole bunch here in this matchup. And remember, he did quite well today. Even in that game that they lost, he was still holding up. He was doing well in CS and in pressure. But now with the Stinger, oof.
We heard about the teams wanting, you know, a faster paced game. Well, they've got it. After level 1 is Ryu level 5, charges in onto Damonte. Nice trades there. But Damonte will be fine with those double buffs, still going for a little while longer.
And now Dardoch can go back to cycling his jungle. His Romp is up, then his Wolves, Raptors, and then the Krugs again.
And again, just trying to rush over to level 6. Smiting the Grump. Wants to kind of be left alone. Meteos did have that nice pathing early on. But I imagine both these junglers, after all those shenanigans, are just going to fall back and farm it out maybe till 6. Although Meteos with the Predator does have those boots and look for a gank if he wants as well.
And they actually kind of know exactly where Dardoch is. We just saw pings on the minimap where it looked like they were tracking him, and Ryu runs into the jungle, hits the Scryer's Bloom, and confirms, nope, he's not on the top side, so he's on the bottom side 100%, and he's going to cycle his jungle.
Yep, Dardoch going to be spotted. Looks like the Bloom just wearing off that Raptor camp now, so Dardoch taking a bit of extra time to not get spotted. Sneaks around that control ward, though.
It's an interesting route, because he could have just gone through the bush, but I think he was saying maybe Ryze warded it, so he goes all the way around.
Well, PapaChau going to get stunned here. Cody and Afro still fighting. Oh, Q misses. Winter's Bite will not connect onto Altec, but still even there in that 2v2 as Meteos, maybe thinking about it, is going to spot Dardoch now. They're both level 5 here.
And there's no flashes, so he's pinched.
Oh, Dardoch again, going to have to use that spell shield. Damage is still decent. Again, gets the root. Spell shield up for a little bit of block damage, but there's an ult back there from Damonte. Smite onto the creep for a bit of bonus health, and Dardoch looks like he'll live, but Damonte eats an empowered Q.
And a level 6 there for Damonte. Hold on, though, bottom lane.
PapaChau looking to get in there, but aphromoo tanks most of that. Still nice aggression. Ignite burnt as the root does land in onto Altec, but this gives them pressure.
Yeah, this is what you really want to see from a Caitlyn lane. Hold on. A lot of damage onto Afro. He might have to back here or pop that potion.
Looks like they are going to have to back at least. Might wait out another wave.
But when you constantly see the junglers fighting on the top half of the map or fighting mid, bottom lane, you actually get to see the winning lane win harder because they don't have to worry about getting ganked when they're shoving. So that's why you constantly see Altec just shove up, constantly look for some damage. And even in this game, Cody Sun changed his build. He went for the Doran's Ring now instead of the boots. The boots may have also been to dodge Morgana bindings in the previous game. And so now he says, I'm just going to use the AP ratio on my Q and just make sure I don't run out of mana during the lane phase.
Yeah, seen a lot of this when Jhin was more in vogue. So good to see Cody bringing it back. Has a BF sword finish as well, so will match Altec as far as the buys go. Does go longsword instead of boots though, so the gold value is very similar, but builds diverging just a little here. Cody wants just a touch more selfish power.
That was interesting. Dardoch actually handed off the blue buff to Damonte, and that would have given Dardoch level 6. So I would have taken it. Been like, my level 6 matters. Now he has to go all the way to his Krugs to finish it off and puts him on the opposite side as Meteos.
We talked about the sadness of Krug camp. Here's Dardoch. He'll get 6, but probably not happy about it. Still, should finish him off pretty quickly. And we'll see where he goes. Has the Red Smite at the ready. Warrior on the way with 2 longswords. And just gonna, I think, yep, leave the little ones like, yep, I'm just gonna try and go gank now.
Yep.
Go back to a real camp.
1 auto for 20 gold, not worth.
It's so sad. Here's mid lane though. Damonte once again can pressure with the ultimate. Has his sums that Ryu does as well.
Yeah, like you said, Damonte has the ultimate, so a stream of shuffle would be quite good. But you can see playing back there.
Ryu respecting the strength that Damonte had after a few early kills, so playing back.
Especially presence of mind when you level up and you have pretty much just this mana bar to dump, and it does nothing to your actual mana bar afterwards. You see that his turns white, and Damonte's just gonna throw up a whole bunch of soldiers, spend it all, and then just go ahead and clear the wave. If you engage him during that time, remember Azir now gets bonus attack speed when he has 3 soldiers out. So when he has presence of mind up, he can just go ahead and freely do that. So it's one of the times you do have to back off.
Yeah, certainly a bad time. As bot lane, Dardoch looking, he's found a juicier looking target perhaps. PapaChau is not ready with the ulti, but almost has Ignite coming back up.
Yeah, but if you can get onto Cody Sun with like a flash pulverize and then headbutt him in, or potentially combo, that's kind of what they're looking for here.
Chau's almost 6. I think it's 1 creep away. They're trying to time it, I think. Maybe just calling off the play though.
Yeah, it would be a really hard force. They have a lot of minions here. aphromoo did move up though to ward. And Skarner's here too. Meteos is kind of sniffing this one out.
Yeah, the 1 creep. There it goes. What a flash from Cody! And now PapaChau's just kind of caught in and amongst it. He is 6. He'll burn the ulti, but the TPs are coming in thick and fast. A root on the Ssumday, but they're going to chase it down. PapaChau left out to dry, and it's Ssumday that picks up the kill.
He got read like a book. Echo Fox completely caught out there. That was a play that they were formulating for so long. 100 Thieves put themselves in a position where they were saying, we're not going to allow ourselves to be engaged on. And that bottom lane, the pressure is 100% reversed. And now they might crack this first turret for 100 Thieves.
I almost feel like Dardoch might have been an experience range, to be honest with you. But we'd have to roll it back and really check in. Instead, we'll celebrate 100 Thieves. Under 10 minutes in, or right on the dot, we'll get that first turret gold shared amongst them.
That was crazy. Meteos is already down here. They know this is going to happen, but Cody Sun, he is out of range for a headbutt, and so PapaChau headbutts to a minion, and that forces him to flash pulverize away from it, and Cody Sun with the fast fingers there. That was so smooth.
Yep, kill over. Some gold shed around as Meteos continuing his rampage. He's going to look to solo down this Ocean Drake. Skarner is so good at these early objectives.
Yep, Skarner can solo this one out, no problem. And now they've already swapped their lane. 100 Thieves on the top side of the map with Cody Sun. And his build is different in this game as well. No lethality early, going for that crit Essence Reaver right away.
Yes, maybe feeling like his lane's going a little better. So going to go straight for some of that earlier damage potential. Ssumday also with a banner completed is going to try and be a nuisance here in the bot lane as both top laners will move down there. Damage already onto this turret though. As you can see, the creep wave is going to lose Altec quite a lot of CS. Doesn't get that one, so going to lose 4 in the exchange.
So here's the next layer that is kind of expected in this game is Dardoch. His ultimate will be off of cooldown in 24 seconds. You expect him to go immediately towards Cody Sun, who doesn't have his flash for another 2.5 minutes. So that would be the next target to go towards. And so 100 Thieves, despite being in this top lane after they knock down bottom, I don't actually expect them to push up because that puts Cody in a vulnerable position.
Ooh, Damonte looking for what a flash from Ryu. Everyone's got their fast flash fingers up today.
There's some mechanics in this game. Everybody is just playing out of their minds right now.
The reason they're playing for Burst Irene as a root onto PapaChau will not be extended at all.
But
Cody not playing up as they invade the jungle.
Yeah, Cody's a little far up, but yeah, they're going to go invade the jungle, so they're no longer in that lane.
Huni also with ult and TP up, so 100 Thieves additionally want to be a bit more cautious, but
Ryu doesn't have flash. Is this going to be an ultimate onto him from Dardoch? There it is.
Who's going to here to support him though? Shen actually also joining in. Ryu just going to get taken down by Huni. Picks up the last hit as he rides in with the Stand United.
I actually really like that from Dardoch because his top side was getting warded. It is now littered with wards, and Meteos going to counter to the top.
Oh no, PapaChau going to get stunned up. The sting is ready for Meteos. Maybe he doesn't want to use it. Ult instead from aphromoo is the call. PapaChau ult's about to wear off. Heal burn by Altec, but Cody Sun gets himself a kill.
Yep, another going over there to 100 Thieves. Cody Sun picking up that kill, and they're going to pick up pressure topside. So they get a kill mid for Fox, but it's not going to result in much. It's just that counter on the top.
Both teams actually backing off from any sort of siege, so good gank and counter gank, I suppose, from either side.
Yeah, that's really
feels nice and even.
It's just a really heads-up play from Meteos because their whole topside jungle is warded here, and they see wherever Dardoch is going to be there. So Dardoch goes to the bottom side. There's no longer a Shen ultimate, and you see right there, Meteos is just like, all right, screw this, topside, 100%, go up there. That was just like, he's right next to the Nocturne. That's one where he just runs straight up there.
Gunner is fast champion, as it turns out.
Yeah.
PapaChau has no hope here.
And even then, it's just a strange situation because normally people should not die to ganks that you see the junglers on that side of the map. But it looked like Echo Fox were just trying to pressure the lane in that moment, and they had it turned around on them by Cody Sun and Afro.
What does that say about me? I die a lot to ganks that I should know about.
Yeah, that's as a player, that's probably the most tilting thing is when I'm pinging where the enemy jungler is, and then you still die.
Thank goodness we cannot queue together, Zyrene. Just going to put that out there as 100 Thieves continue their top lane pressure. 2K up right now, looking to extend that lead. Meteos has still not used his ulti, by the way. There's been enough extra CC between himself and his lane mates. He hasn't needed to, and this is some deep invasion into Fox's red buff territory.
Yeah, there's just been so many wards placed by aphromoo very early on in this game on that early completion of the Celestial Eye. So he just completely warded that top side, and he's been taking care of business there, making sure that they can always spot which side Dardoch is on and start controlling the jungle.
Vision continuing to get stripped away. Ryu fills the ward in the right-hand brush. He's Rift Herald though for 100 Thieves.
All right. Ultimate number 3 for Dardoch. He's hanging out in the exact same position he was before.
He's 1-1.
Probably looking at mid lane. Ryu doesn't have flash. Cody Sun's is back.
No, 100 Thieves going to continue focus on the objective, but Dardoch is going to check perhaps. No.
Nope. They don't have enough control.
Kind of know what's up, but like you said, no vision, no control, no luck at all. The Rift Herald will go over. Jhin able to get that last hit. Meteos will pick up the eye. Shuffle on in again, continuing the aggressive pattern into the enemy jungle. And all the while, Huni and Ssumday just kind of chilling out, farming away. It's been so much topside focus. Or bot side, depending on how you want to look at the map. Bot side focus here.
It's a bot lane focus. They're all making sure that their bot laners are doing well, but right now it's just been Cody Sun and aphromoo teaming up with the rest of 100 Thieves, just exploiting.
Dardoch flashes. Meteos just gets a freebie.
Yeah, doesn't trust the spell shield there, because now it's past that point where he'll E you to get the spell shield, and he'll hit you, and then you'll just R you. But PapaChau is actually fighting.
Buff over, looks like maybe Fox gonna try and take a fight.
PapaChau
in trouble, Dardoch dives in, hits the staging out of it, a good flip, breaks the tether. Huni still in the fight though, another flash from Afro gonna try and get him out, but Afro will fall down to Damonte. Ssumday trying to get an angle here, very big ult. Kind of back and forth snipes looking for it, but Huni, yes, is enough damage from Meteos of all people to get the kill, and now Fox with PapaChau having no ultimate and Ryu here in full force. A flash forward from Ssumday does get the kill. Here it comes, reversing on the flank, looking for it all. Ryu flashes forward, Altec gonna be chased down by Meteos. 100 Thieves collect it all.
What an insane play from all of 100 Thieves, and Ryu really just showing up today.
Everyone showing up today for 100 Thieves. Rift Herald burnt by Meteos. The bot lane looking good, the mid lane looking great. Ssumday bides his time and then finds a huge TP to seal that fight.
That was an Echo Fox type of play where PapaChau says, we're gonna force this. Dardoch goes in with Huni, and then everybody scatters on 100 Thieves. And the Ornn ultimate, the flank from Ssumday, really unexpected, but it is what made a huge difference there, keeping Echo Fox in a choke point, as the rest of 100 Thieves got to just dish out the damage and regroup.
And 100 Thieves, they said they wanted this to be a much faster affair. On track right now to completely take over this game more than they already have. Banner from Ssumday gets a bit of pressure into mid. You can see that gold lead. 4,500 with an Ocean Drake already done, and a second one to come for the Thieves. I mean, what did Fox do? Huni did not get the attention we thought he might get. The bot lane looked good, but then 100 Thieves just completely wrote that one off.
Well, the idea is that Huni is supposed to go to other lanes with this Shen, but it's just not working out that way. He's getting the Stand United off, but they're not picking up big team fights. It's mostly trying to find 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, small skirmishes, where Echo Fox's comp would succeed. For 100 Thieves, since they broke the bottom lane so early, they just have 5v5s.
Well, talked about Cody's build accelerating. Altec is going to be farming for a while with that static shiv and the BF sword, but SM3 and Azir Working on, I assume, rapid fire cannon next for Cody.
Yep, about 1,500 gold up for Cody Sun here off the turrets and off of those kills falling into his hands. The CS is even, but let's look at this one more time. Now, if you're Echo Fox, you're trying to get certain targets. You're going after Cody, he flashes away. You decide, okay, it's time to go after aphromoo, he flashes away. Then you go after Meteos, he flashes away. And then Ssumday re-engages, gets a 3-man knock-up there with his ultimate, where Ryu is just pelting them with damage from below, and Cody Sun was able to keep firing.
Top lane fight coming in. Looks like Tangerina's moving in once more, living for a little while longer. Ryu trying to make it out, but he's not going to grab it. Dardoch gets the kill. Now a taunt lands in onto Meteos, but Afro is here. Cody's firing away. What an ult from Afro. Might keep his teammate alive. Ryu not so lucky, but it's minimal damage for 100 Thieves.
Damonte? No, he's not going to get anything done here.
All right, Fox, finally it feels like the Nocturne ults are working a little bit better.
Other side of the map, though, Ssumday, banner of command on a minion at this turret. Might pick up something here for his team, but actually, no, just going to go down there. Banner of command with no Baron. Not that powerful.
A little bit worse, yes, but still pressure mounting. Fox decide will take the trade. Want to get a turret on the board for themselves, and do so as they take down the top lane outer. The 100 Steve still pressuring. That's a will trade. Oh no, Damonte. He's going in aggressive. He's got the stand united, but Meteos is already here. Afro could be in trouble, but not bad at all defending. The turret goes down on the other side, but Meteos is now too far forward. Afro cannot save him this time.
And I am seeing more and more why Damonte has been playing these last few games for them, because he is smooth on these champions.
Certainly is looking good. Cody fighting back here with Fox having 3 in mid. Ssumday up. Looking for an ulti on an angle on an ultimate, perhaps. Looks like it's just the one kill. Oh, they tried to tag Huni there. Haven't quite line up the damage plus the flourish. Things are calming down a little bit, Zyrene, but not very much. 4,000 up still for 100 Thieves as Fox are fighting back.
So here's what this composition is. I'll talk about it after this. But watch Damonte. This guy, I don't think I've seen somebody play so calmly in the same situation over and over again, because he has pressure on him. He decides to try and reverse instead of running, which is the obvious thing to do. He almost gets Cody, but even though he doesn't, he still eats an exhaust. He gets away with his cleanse and flash, and he forces Meteos to overextend. So he completely has 3 people coming up from all sides, and he's just able to turn it around. Like, he's done that multiple times today, and it just looks like he can keep a calm head on that stage.
And he'll need it. He looks like right now the biggest winner for Fox as far as gold goes. 3-1-1. Looking to carry Fox to a first place position as not a rookie, but a very fresh player into this iteration of Echo Fox.
Yeah, he had played previously as a sub on the LCS stage before, but these are still his first few games on Echo Fox in this lineup. Damonte.
Oh, look at this script. That was insane! Damonte will die, but Dardoch will clean up the scraps. Meteos looking for it. Flashes over the fat part of the wall. Now looking to try and get the ult. He does suppress him back through. Everyone's firing today.
Man, everybody is just trying to pile in, and it's whoever gets more people there first. And that ends up being 100 Thieves. They get a 2-for-1, a bloody game. I was going to say, you're like, this game is slowing down a little bit. What happens with these compositions? Echo Fox are going to try and use Nocturne ultimate pretty much on cooldown. And if they have Shen ultimate on top of it, they're going to do that as well. And they're playing for flashes. So when somebody flashes, that's your first Nocturne ult. Your second Nocturne ulti, you're gonna get a kill. So this next one I expect to go towards Ryu or Meteos when Dardoch has it back up. That's kind of the cycle there. You play for flash, then you play for kill, and you just keep doing that. As soon as you stop doing that, you allow flashes to come back up, and then it just becomes a multi-ultimate process from the Nocturne. So you can't let up the pressure as Dardoch.
Vision cleared out there by 100 Thieves around the Baron. They tried to siege the mid outer turret, but not enough luck. Azir now back to help wave clear away. I mean, Dustblade here for Dardoch really made the difference.
Yeah, man, Damonte gets chunked to 1/3 HP before he can even really react. Then he slides in, and just the damage there from Dardoch almost saves him. But Ryu with the fast flash and Seraphs to kind of pull them in, lure them in. And then Meteos is already there. He was super speedy.
And that's one of the benefits of Righteous Glory now finished for this Skarner, who is already fast. He also looks like he got his own blue buff, clearing out the Grump as he does a bit of jungling. Now going to go back and try and move towards his next item here. Has 2 done already with the Rotavator's fully stacked, and the Seraphs also transformed. Looks like Zonya's on the way. Both these teams are getting themselves further and further ahead. I guess the one exception right now is actually Fox's bot lane, as Altec still needs to farm things out. Doesn't have that much gold in reserve, so Fox kind of have an obvious weak point. I mean, that gold lead, you look at it, probably mostly reflected there in bot lane.
Yeah, it's about 1,600 for Cody Sun. So he is doing quite well, and it's a 1,200 gold lead for aphromoo as well. So it's 2,800 up for the bottom lane of 100 Thieves, whereas mid lane, it's actually Ryu's up 1,000 gold from kills and turrets. Remember, there's still 2 turrets that have been taken for 100 Thieves over Echo Fox.
100 Thieves and protecting their outer turret and looking for a counter siege if they can find it.
Yeah, right now they really want to find Ryu, is who I think Dardoch's main target would be. But 100 Thieves say Ryu has X amount until his summoner spells are back up, so let's just group up and make sure they don't want to fight.
Ooh, PapaChau could have been caught, knocked into the air, does pop his ulti, but it might not be enough. Damonte instead is going to be the target. Ryu able to take him down. It's a mess in the front line, but the carry's still up here for 100 Thieves. Huni, who's going to get stunned and killed as Ryu grabs a double kill.
Ryu is popping off today. He now has the Zhonya's as well, so he's not even a great target afterwards. So 100 Thieves, they end up getting 2 for 0, and that will be bearing.
Dardoch here, but no flash, no ult, no vision for Echo Fox. Can't possibly get into the pit. There's an Ocean Drake if you want a consolation prize. Altec gets a turret, 100 Thieves get the Baron. That doesn't seem like a very good trade.
Nope, and we were talking last time about that 100 Thieves Echo Fox game earlier today, and you were like, oh, maybe 3,000 gold was kind of the difference at, biggest gold lead. Now we're already looking at one that's 6,000 in favor of 100 Thieves, and they're going to get all 3 Ocean Drakes.
Ryu plants a flag outside the Drake pit with that Realm Womp, says, no, 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 this is ours.
And for Ryu, this is big because you think back to his last split. Right at the end, he was saying, I need a little bit of a break. Felt like he didn't have his competitive side anymore, and he wanted to kind of reset. Now you're seeing him in full force, and alongside Ssumday, who's also been playing these team fights so well.
The ups and downs we saw for 100 Thieves throughout their split seem to have been answered. The individual play is looking as good as you would expect from players of this caliber and with this amount of experience. Their team play is looking good. Their drafts are on point. Everything is going the way of 100 Thieves, and with a win here, they will certainly prove they have earned that #1 spot after a tumultuous spring season that we still have to tiebreak. Don't forget.
Yeah, that's true.
For now, 2 minutes left. Ooh, the Baron buff to try and get a siege happening.
Just notice that the Zhonya's Paradox was purchased by Ryu, so he upgraded his Hourglass. It gives you 30 AP and it gives you 15 armor. So that helps him survive the lethality of the Duskblade, because there aren't really many armor items you get to buy as a mage. That just makes him a little less.
Ssumday at it again. Such a good on ulti. Goodbye, Damonte.
Oh, Damonte, you can see on his face. It's like, we're gone.
Yep,
they just got blasted through the mid lane.
PapaChau dies in collateral as well. The banded up Baron minion. 100 Thieves looking to seal the deal on this game ASAP.
That would be an incredible second half of the season record. 8-1 currently, 9-1 in their last 10 games would be ridiculous.
Would be the best record of any team remaining in the spring. Huni, yeah, gotta be careful. Taunts out of the way with the Shadow Dash. Meteos going in, forcing a flash. Dardoch says, I don't think so, but I want to get out of here right this second. 2 inhibs down. Still 1:20 left on Baron's Irene.
Yeah, it's only 26 minutes in. They wanted this one to be a fast one, like Afro had said.
Going straight for it here. They are sick of the 52-minute game they were forced to play. There's an ult from Dardoch, but it's probably all hopeless. Meteos grabs a jungle v jungle kill. Fox just have nothing left to throw at the Thieves. The Sun Turret will be the final bastion of hope for Echo Fox, but it is false. The Nexus exposed. 100 Thieves will finish in style. Your first place 2018 spring team.
Their first playoffs, their first split as a team, and out of nowhere, 100 Thieves clean up the second half of the split. And they claim that #1. They earned that spot.
We talked about how the hiccup in the middle, the roller coaster that the Thieves rode on for a couple of weeks, just felt like in any given week, somebody was lagging behind. And then as the weeks went on, somebody would step up. It started with Afro, moved on to Cody. Solo lanes were still shaky at some points, but they made sure they're going to pick things up. And then by the end of the season this week, probably even last week as well, There was just no blemish on the record at all, and it shows.
And somebody will step up every single time in that second half that we saw. This team, that little blemish, like you said, that little roller coaster, was they were trying to figure out with all these veterans that want to play the game slightly differently, how do they align them? How do they get them all on the same page? And that's where Coach Prawley steps in, adjusts to his players, and makes it so that, all right, this is how we're going to play the game. This is how we're all going to adjust and gel. And that's why they're the #1 team.
I mean, we asked, what happens when one player steps up? They start to win a few more games. When they all step up, they destroy a team the caliber of Echo Fox. Yes, there were some subs in, but Echo Fox were the other first-place team, and 100 Thieves just kind of put that to rest.
Oh, yeah. Echo Fox, that first half of the split, 8-1, they looked unstoppable. People were saying, well, they beat Cloud9, and they were the other team in the top half of the standings, in the #1 and #2. And so Echo Fox was kind of like, all right, they're the best team. They've got Huni. It's going to be a shoo-in. 100 Thieves say, no, not at all. And everybody, like, there were questions about Ssumday at some parts of the split, at Cody Sun very early on, but those have all just been pushed so far back. They're weeks and weeks behind us now. I'm saying like 4 or 5 weeks at this point.
I mean, it's just amazing to watch the growth of this team. Completely discombobulated at points. 5 players that, if I recall correctly, had never played with each other before. The closest link was Ryu and Prawley, their coach.
That's true. That's true. They hadn't really played with each other, and they were all veterans on their teams. And this is huge for 100 Thieves as an organization as well. They are new. Nadeshot was very vocal about how he wants to leave a mark on the NALCS and come in with a bang. And they have absolutely done that here with that first place finish.
Certainly has every right to celebrate the brand, but we're going to send it down to Ovely May and the 100 Thieves support.
Thanks, guys. aphromoo, I just spoke with you about 2 hours ago after your victory against Echo Fox, and now you've beaten them again. How does it feel taking them down 2 times in a row?
It's kind of a best of 5 mock practice, It was fun. But I'm just really happy that we could get first place for 100 Thieves.
Bringing yourself into the first seed going into playoffs, like you said, getting ready for best of 3s. For playoffs, just how strong is 100 Thieves looking coming into these?
I've been really happy with how we've been practicing and how we've taken all of our matches coming up. We're like 8-1 now, or 9-1 because of the tiebreaker in the second half of the split. So it's pretty good, but playoffs is always fun. And I'm just looking forward to playing whoever makes it out of quarterfinals.
Well, you yourself have had a phenomenal split. We saw you on the Blitzcrank. We saw you on the Thresh. And now there's rumors about maybe you coming in as the MVP. What would you have to say to maybe convince some of these voters to choose you?
It's a team game. And usually when team success happens, accolades come in. So I would take it as a team award. No.
We need some more love for the supports out there, Afro. But congratulations again on your victory. And for more on the game, let's hear from the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Ovely. 100 Thieves! First place!
Hype it up, Afro.
Yeah.
They just went 9-1 in the last 10. He is an MVP candidate.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's like, it's a great team award. The funniest thing, I cannot wait for the video to come out, because last time when they clinched playoffs, Nadeshot was going crazy, and the players were like, whatever.
And now they're first.
You're freaking out. Like,
in a tiebreaker, the players aren't going to care at all, looks like, and Nadeshot and the rest of the org is going to go batshit.
And Mark, you noticed something interesting here. If you look at the split for both Echo Fox and 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves was 4-4 going into their 9th game of the split against Echo Fox. Echo Fox was 7-1. Echo Fox beats 100 Thieves to go 8-1. 100 Thieves moves into the back half of the split at 4-5. Now, if you isolate the back half of the split, 100 Thieves is 7-1 going into their 9th game of the back half of the split. Who's their 9th game against? It's against Echo Fox. Echo Fox was 4-4 going into that game. They literally mirrored each other's splits, ending their each half of the split, ending with a game against each other, and then. Yeah, I mean, the icing on top of the cake is the tiebreaker game.
And they smashed them in this game. Like, Echo Fox tried to do something a little bit different by putting Shen for Huni and then trying to go back to that Nocturne. They got pretty demolished in this game. The Ornn plus Jhin synergy is something Huni and Dardoch said was really good in the game we were watching yesterday when I was doing the lounge. They experienced it firsthand here. A little bit of a collapse down the stretch to not get
as long as the first one did.
Yeah, one team learned their lesson from the previous game, I would say. Giving Ryze over to Ryu again, just seems like a mistake. He plays Taliyah and Ryze as his two main champions very, very well. One is stronger than the other in the meta. I realize that the Taliyah has a little bit more early roaming, and maybe that's what you're really concerned about, but the Ryze pick just looks so good for Ryu.
So here's the question, Jet. We now have, by standings, our first place team.
We do.
My question to you is, though, is this our first place team? How do we even determine whether or not this is the best team in North America, given the way the back half of the split has gone?
I think right now, with the back half of the split, you can call them the #1 seeded team. Mark, do you have a
I think I left my wallet in the wardrobe. I can dig around a little more. Yeah.
Do I have to spot you $1?
Shaw will be very excited.
Yeah, he'll be
for this game.
excited. That's what I said.
You said a few other words with it. But, so, just Dash, thinking about this team as a whole.
Yeah.
Preseason power rankings for saying who's going to be first at the end of the regular season. Most people had TSM, a lot of people had TL. Barely anyone had CLG, and no one else was talking about. No one else is talking
nobody
about
who knows
other teams.
anything had CLG.
And I heard aphromoo say in a podcast he did, like, yeah, we're going to win the split. And that was kind of the first time I heard it, and it caught me kind of, I was like, yeah, I understand the confidence, but I don't really think it's going to happen.
When did he say that too?
Preseason.
Yeah.
They hadn't played a single game. And it was just quiet confidence. And then this team opens up 3-0, loses 4 games in a row to finish their first round robin, has a negative win rate through that. So their turnaround, their growth as a team, credit does go out everywhere. Like, I think aphromoo is a very legitimate MVP candidate right now, having beating Echo Fox twice and led them to 9-1. Cody Sun's been great. Ryu and Ssumday stepped it up in the last 2 weeks of the season.
Meteos as well?
Prawley's drafts have improved throughout. There were times during the start of the season where it literally looked like he was just tunnel visioning on not picking losing lanes and nothing else mattered. But now everything is coming together. So this is a really exciting team moving towards playoffs.
I think Prawley's the guy I definitely want to tip my cap to a little bit. He's working with a team of veterans. You heard them talking about how hard it was to get all of them on the same page. That's why they were struggling so much through the season. Obviously, the coach is going to be a big hand in getting everyone on the same page. So I think he's done a fantastic job with this roster, getting them well positioned for playoffs.
First and second seeds are decided. Let's go ahead and pull up the tiebreaker bracket for our third place. So here you have it. Team Liquid and Cloud9 will be playing in the first match, followed by TSM versus Clutch Gaming, with the winners of each match playing tiebreakers, tiebreaker 4 rather, and the winner earning third place. Final losers bracket tiebreaker will take place as well, and the winner of that will slot into 5th.
Right, it's the pre-postseason.
It's the pre-postseason postseason.
Yeah.
It's really, it's what the quarterfinal matchups could have been if they weren't all tied, right? And now they're going to solve it in these next 4 games.
Right, they're basically just playing to reorganize themselves into where they'll actually play against each other again, right? In best of 5s instead of best of 1.
And they're all good games, because it's not like we still don't know who the very best team's going to be.
No, we don't.
Yes, 100 Thieves, I think, with their winning record, well-deserved their first seed. But Echo Fox, man, they've lost a ton of games moving into the playoffs.
Right, are they the 6th best team
You
going
really
into
want
playoffs?
third seed, because that means you're going to play Echo Fox, who does look like they're scrambling a little bit. So it's really important to try and get that.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, up next is tiebreaker 2, Team Liquid versus Cloud9. Don't go anywhere.
Spire taken, I believe, by Ryu. Trying to get that extra there for Meteos. Flash forward in. Looking for Dardoch. They will get it. Ryu able to get first blood. Heal burnt by Ryu.
They can just dive mid as far right now.
I have R. I don't see Braum.
I'm going on this guy.
There's no flash.
He's dead.
Braum is in.
Braum shows. Don't kill you.
I'm going.
I can dive.
Dive. Azir, no flash. I got the timer.
Yeah.
Nice. Damonte.
Oh, looking for the scoop again. That was insane. It is false. The Nexus exposed. 100 Thieves will finish in style. Your first place 2018 Spring Team.